craziest Larry Bird trash talk
Bird
story ever
story for
told.
you.
Oh.
I actually met Larry Bird before I went to the NBA. It was after my junior year in the summertime. We was at this nightclub just hanging out on a Saturday night, and we saw a bunch of tall guys walking this nightclub, and we're looking like, damn, those guys are really tall. And as they started walking towards us, it was members of the Boston Celtics. You had Cedric Maxwell, you had Larry Bird, you had Kevin McHale, Quinn Buckner, and Larry Bird. So they walked into the back of the club. We kind of standing along the wall. Larry Bird walks right up to me and he goes, "Are you Kenny Walker?" And I go, "Yeah." I was kind of shocked that he knew who I was. And he reached out his hand to shake my hand. He said, "My name is Larry Bird." And he said, "I can't wait till you get to the NBA to bust your ass." And he started laughing. He started laughing. I didn't know what to say. This is Larry Bird. So Rick Roby put his arms around me and he said, "Kenny, we've been out on the golf course. We've been having fun and all of that." He said, "Larry, he's had a little bit to drink and everything." And they stayed there and they cut up with us, maybe for a half hour and talked and everything. And then they leave. And right when they get ready to leave, Larry Bird looks at me. He said, "Remember what I told you?" He said, "When you come to the NBA, I'm going to bust your ass." And I just laughed and everything. They went on their way. So when I get drafted in the NBA,
the New York Knickerbockers select Kenny Walker of the University of Kentucky.
This is after my senior year. First game in Boston Garden. So we get there a couple hours before the game. Larry Bird is already out there shooting. So I go in the locker room, I change my clothes, and I go out early to shoot. And when I go out, he's finishing up his workout, and he walks past me, and he said, "Hey, man, I knew you would be in the NBA." He said, I watched you in college.
And missed the layup. Walker slams the rebound.
He said, "Welcome." He said, "I knew you was going to be here." He said, "But you remember what I told you?" And I just laughed, and then he went to the locker room. So the game starts, right? And I got to guard Larry Bird. He's playing small forward, and I'm a rookie. So the very first shot of the game is a 3-point shot right in my face.
Wow.
Bird from 3-point range.
And I mean, he didn't even hesitate. He just pulled up and hit a three, and he's running down the court. He's backpedaling down the court. He's got a little smirk on his face. We go.
Hold on, chat. Man, chat, I don't know why not my keyboard, but my mouse pad be tripping. But we back at it like a crack addict.
Go down, we missed a shot, and the very next play, the very next possession, another 3-pointer right there.
Oh, Kenny. Oh, my God.
Ain't got an ocean from 3-point range, but Bird fires from 3. So Larry Bird has taken 2 from 3-point territory, and he has hit them all.
And he runs by Hubie Brown, who's the coach of the New York Knicks at that time, and he said, "Hubie, you better get this rookie off of me, or I'm going to get 50 tonight." And he talking stuff and everything. Now, I'm glad to tell you, he didn't get 50, but he did end up with 44.
Oh, my goodness.
He torched me pretty good, and he let me know about it.
Now Walker chasing.
Oh, my God.
Deans dumps it off to Bird.
44?
Larry gets Walker up. Rolls it in at the buzzer.
Ball handlers.
Bird wants to go on Kenny Walker. Tough shot. Got it.
Hey, bro.
He's getting an education.
Bird off the fake, and then gets it up. It counts.
Out of sight. Oh, what a shot.
And even though Kenny Skywalker was a slam dunk champion and one of the most athletic players to ever play the game,
Move with the legs flying, the arms going. Another look at it coming in. Watch
Hey,
the play.
hey,
There's
hey,
the cup.
hey,
Look at how he's just flying. Everything's
hey.
going way out. The little spin, the pirouette, the legs up in the air.
In chat, by the way, I'm gonna react to the 1991 dunk contest. I reacted to the 1990 dunk contest, but I think I end up deleting that shit on accident, bruh. Like it be days where I would record like 6 or 7 videos in one day, and then I edit 6 or 7 videos in one day. And I think I just end up deleting my reaction to the 1990 dunk contest. I just want to tell y'all, man, they cheated, bruh. They gave it to Dominique, bruh. They gave it to Dominique. Kenny Smith was supposed to win, bruh. They be glazing Dominique Wilkins, bruh. I swear they do. The judges. He stole one from Michael Jordan. He stole one from Kenny Smith. They just, bruh, glazing.
Now the big windmill throw through with power, and the leg's still flying as Patrick Ewing gives him the big cheer for a great dunk on the part of Kenny Walker.
Just guess who Kenny Skywalker said was the toughest player he ever had to guard.
Who? Oh, of course,
The
Larry
fling
Bird.
that goes glass plus the foul committed by Walker for Walker, his third.
For me, Larry Bird what was the toughest guy to guard. Yeah, he was a little bit tougher than Dominique, James Worthy, Scottie Pippen, so Dennis Rodman. So I went against a lot of really good ones, and they were all good. You know, I got a chance to go play against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Dr. J before they retired, Artis Gilmore, and guys like that, Moses Malone. And then, of course, the stars that were in their prime at that time, you had Magic and Charles Barkley and Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon, Alonzo Mourning, Patrick Ewing, who I played with in New York. I had played against, I think, 32 of the 50 greatest players of all time. I mean, the competition was fierce. And every night, I mean, when I say every night, I mean, there was only 24 teams in the league at that time. And every night you had to go against somebody that was really, really good. But Bird was the toughest one of them all. Slow, couldn't jump. It's the damnedest thing, guys. Slow, can't jump, not that quick. But when you get out there and you play against Larry Bird, he thinks the game before things happen.
McNeely playing Bird. Bird with a pretty pass for Dave.
He's always in the right place for the rebound.
McHale. And Bird keeps it alive.
He
Man,
can
he
pass
just
and
good.
shoot with either hand.
He just good overall, man.
Is that left hand?
That's just what it is.
He's got a fadeaway shot that I don't care how high you can jump, you just can't stop it.
And all of a sudden, it disappeared.
Bird takes a fall away, hits it off the glass. You know, Larry's having one of those nights that no matter what he throws up, it's got a shot.
Got to appreciate that Kenny Walker is a quick player, fast, reacts well. And Larry Bird just beat him with that fall-away jump shot.
And plus, at that time, he talked more trash than probably anybody that was playing the game.
And Dave. Bird.
Marv, that shot by Bird seemed to defy some physical law of nature. Bird escaping Kenny Walker, finding himself in a most awkward position. Kenny Walker's being punished for some reason by Larry Bird.
Oh, yeah, he's being destroyed by Larry.
He's a great guy, though, man. I see Larry Bird. I still see him, you know, at games in different places from time to time. And I'm going, man, you know, it was awesome to be out on the court with some of the best people to ever do it.
Played by Gerald Wilkins. Larry Bird over Kenny Walker.
Yeah, he definitely smoked you, Kenny. I ain't gonna lie. He gave you the business.
And while Larry Bird was trash talking Kenny Skywalker, there was one superstar who Larry Bird never said one word to in his entire 10 years that they played against each other. And he happened to be Kenny Skywalker's teammate, Bernard King, who was one of the greatest scorers in NBA history.
Up to Bernard King. Blows right by Maxwell. Comes in the lane.
Hey,
What a shot and a foul.
I need to watch Bernard King. I always hear about him.
But never got trash talked by Larry Bird because Larry Bird had a secret long-term plan for Bernard King all along.
Well, two of the greatest players in the game today. King and Bird going head-to-head here.
And watch Larry Bird. He has Bernard on his hip. Watch the little lob pass from Ainge. Bird scores. He's been on a tear.
Well, Bird, I couldn't defend Bird at all. Bird was the toughest player I've ever had to face. The guy is 6'10", I'm 6'7".
And it's now 5-0 the Knicks as Bird connects on the inside. Bird at 6'9", easily shot over.
He can pass over the top of me, put the ball on the floor. He's a great rebounder and obviously a great scorer.
Here you're going to see King and Bird working now. Look at Larry Bird moving without the ball. A little elbow. Bird still moving. There they are, still working. Elbows upside the head defensively.
Oh, there's some clean footage.
Bird's in 9 in a row.
And so Bird, for me, was the toughest matchup I ever had during the course of my career.
Bird fake right around Bernard King and buried it. Nice little pump fake by Larry
That was
Bird.
nice.
And, here's the thing about it. Bird and I never once said a word to one another on the court. Ever. Never. In the entire 10-year period that we played against each other. But here's something you don't know, Max. So after I come back from my injury.
And back the other way is Reggie Theus. Oh, shit. Look out. King hurt himself as he gave the foul on Theus.
I came back for 6 games. I averaged 22 points a game. I established that I can still play and I'm healthy. So now I'm a free agent. I got a call from Bob. I'm just being Larry Bird's attorney and said, Bernard, the Celtics are interested in signing you. You didn't know that. And so I get on the plane. I fly to Boston. I can't believe I'm going to Boston, right? So I get on the plane. I fly to Boston. And I meet with Red Auerbach, Casey Jones,
Red.
and Al Lincoln. And Red is sitting there smoking a cigar. And he says to me, Bernard, why do you want to play for the Celtics? We have a pretty good small forward here. Alluding to Bird without saying his name. Yeah. And I said, I want to win the championship. That was the end of the meeting. By the time I got back to Bob Wolf's office, they made an offer. You guys made an offer.
Wow.
And I knew I would not have been there in that office with those guys if Bird didn't give his blessing. In the interim, while I was meeting with the Celtics, the Washington Bullets called, and the offer was double what Boston offered. So I had to take it. It was a different era then. We didn't make the kind of money the guys are making today. And I'll never forget this, Max. The first game of that season, we played the Celtics.
Bernard King, Moses Malone, and Jeff Malone in the starting lineup.
But you still we got old Moses.
And Bird, remember, we never talked in 10 years. Bird, and he said, you cost me a championship.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's the first word he ever spoke to you.
Yeah, that's what he said to me.
Eddie Ainge to win.
Yeah, shit, Bernard King.
2 seconds left. In the Bird, he fires. He does, and the Celtics win. Unbelievable.
He gamed it. Wow.
Incredible. Now imagine if Bernard King had joined the Celtics back then. Oh, what could have been. Unfortunately, we'll never really know. But since Bernard King and Larry Bird couldn't be teammates, they had to continue being enemies until the bitter end.
Oh.
Look to pass, broken up by King. Out of the air, roam over the ball. Comes the other way. Feeds the
Damn.
He is really low bridge by Bird. Then foul. 2 very extremely intense competitors. King glared for a moment once he was on the deck. Bird reached down to help him up. King disdained the hand. Holy Toledo. No shooting. It was a common foul.
Man, look, they finna load another fucking video. I don't know why my PC does that. It just, for one, I already watched this Larry Bird trash talk video, but yeah, I just watched this. That's funny. I literally just watched this, but yeah, man, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. We on the road to 10K, bruh. Kenny Walker, you got smoked. And Bernard King, that's tough. I can only imagine if you play with Bird. That's definitely another ring, bruh. Hey, man. Thank you guys and girls for watching. I will catch y'all in the next one. Thank you for the support. Larry Legend. Peace.